Hey everyone, I wanted to show a feature that I guess I can add to my 5.0 wish list that I finally got done. So at the White River Marathon last weekend, it was a race that had about 700 something people in it, and I wanted to use this, check award status feature, which I've used in the last few races. And the way it works is basically if you've got, for example, here's three divisions where there's not any participants in the division, so it goes ahead and it highlights it green for you, let you know that those are completed, or you're not waiting on anyone. So if, for example, the female 2024 only has one person registered, and that person runs through the finish line, even though there's three awards given out, that will show up in green, showing that that division is completed. But for the White River Marathon, we had probably 150 people, maybe even more, that registered but did not show up. And for a race like that, the software does exclude, by the way, anybody that's marked as either DQ, DNS, which is did not start, or DNF, which is did not finish. So if I were to come over here to an athlete, I can right click and say, did not finish or did not start or whatever. And so during the race, I was finding myself, we grabbed all the bibs that were not picked up. I went through this list here and I right clicked on every one of them, said did not start, did not start, did not start. And it took a while. And so it only made sense a couple of days later. I was running, and I thought, wait a minute, why don't I add a feature here to where after the race has started, and maybe while you're waiting on finishers to come in, you can simply have the volunteers that are working the registration area walk all the tags that that weren't picked up through the finish line, and the software will simply know, okay, these are the did not start tags. And so I added this in to where you can see the little description down here at the bottom right. It'll say scan all tags not picked up by athletes. It says these athletes will be marked as did not start. Do this when no finishers are close. Now, by the way, if you're doing this feature and someone who's already finished walks through, the software knows to ignore that and it won't mark them as did not start. And if you do mark a tag as did not start and someone runs through, let's say that you did this feature here and then someone shows up late and they say, well, I'm still going to run. I mean, who knows what could happen. It'll still capture a time for them. You'll see in the athlete tab where if you do a did not start, it will cross their name off, but you'll see a time next to them. So if you wanted to, you can come back over here and right click and just redo or undo the DNS. So if you click DNS, it'll give them a DNS. If you do another DNS, it simply removes the previous DNS. And so the way this feature works is you can come over here and say scan tags. Oh, actually, first, I forgot I got to turn the readers on. Let's do that. All right, so I should have a TR200 here connected. And so when you come over here, you can scan DNS tags. And so while this little dialog box is up, you can scan your tags, and you'll see in the bottom right corner, I just put a small bag of tags over, and you'll see it picked up 6 people. Here's some more tags. All right, so now I've got 25, 26. Now, obviously, you would have all your tags in I've got just a few tags here. 29. So anyways, there's 29 tags that are picked up. And so when you're done, of course, make sure that all the tags are completely clear of the finish line when you hit OK here. So in fact, it says, click OK in this prompt when all the DNS tags are clear of the finish line. And so when you hit OK, what it does is it will go through and you see now it's processing all those tags, marking all those athletes as did not start. And when it's done, you click over here in the athlete tab, and I might make that a background worker to where it doesn't, make the screen freeze. Now, you don't lose any time on the clock or anything, but now I've got 700 people here. Let's see if I can find the tags that were marked as DNS. So you see here's a bunch of tags that were marked automatically as DNS. And so now, once you've done all your DNS tags, let's see, I think I've got some more here down the 200 range. Yeah. And looking at my bag here, I got some of these here. So these are all the tags that were marked as did not start. So now if you come back and do again your check award status, now I don't have any finishers right now, but if you had some finishers in there and you were curious, are all the divisions full, then you can scan all your DNS tags and it will show all these as green once it takes into effect all the people that did not start. And so, anyways, that's the way this works. And now that I've got this working, the next step is now that I know all the athletes that did not pick up their tags, I know obviously who's finished the race. Then I'm going to change the label up here to where it'll show total number of participants, and then maybe total number of finishers, and then total remaining, which of course total on the course, or I don't know how I'm going to word it, but something to where you can see, excludes all finishers, excludes all DNS. Here's what we think is on the course. So anyways, that's the next step. I think my other developer that I've got working with the system on now, he told me today that he feels he's got the finish links interface finished. So hopefully I'll be announcing that tomorrow. But yeah, so some pretty exciting stuff coming. Just wanted to give you a preview of this new feature that'll be in version 5.0.